Have you ever felt like something is watching you? Silently stalking you? Counting each and every breath you take? Have you ever felt like at any moment something could leap from the shadows and strike? Well, I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you should probably run now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am Fossa the Silver Chimera, and this is The Breakdown, the show where I break down a person, place, or thing from your favorite video game. We talk about history, design, and top it off with some tips and tricks. Today, we're talking about the Swift Wyvern, my main Nargacuga.
I'm Batman.
Nargacuga first popped up on the cover of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP in 2009, along with Grindr, Kanye West being an asshole to Taylor Swift, and Obama being sworn in. So overall, it was a pretty good year. Nargacuga is a nocturnal predator that lives in jungles, swamps, and forests, wherever it can find a nice tree to sleep in. So the dark kitty cat here likes to hunt with a careful and cautious approach, staying hidden in the shadows, only pouncing when the time is right. Nargacuga is a flying wyvern, so that means it has 2 wings and 2 legs, but like Tigrex, its wings are attached to its front legs, a trait it shares with its cousin Barioth. Nargacuga is covered in a mixture of fur and scales that are colored jet black, with red fur going from its eyes to its large cat-like ears. Overall, Nargacuga looks to be a mixture of a bat, large felines like a black panther or a jaguar, with a sprinkle of reptilian and avian features, like his beak and his previously mentioned scales. Sticking out of his forearms are 2 large razor-sharp blades. In between them is a thin layer of skin making up its wings, which it uses to glide from tree to tree. Nargacuga's fur is rough and bristly, like still wool with an attitude problem. This is most apparent on its long, prehensile tail. Nargacuga's tail is one of its defining features. It can shoot a volley of sharp scales or slam it into the ground, and it even rattles like a snake. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but attached to a nightmare. When it's enraged, the scales and fur on its tail stand on end, acting like a morning star. Now when it does the tail slam, its tail actually gets stuck in the ground, and it has to tug on it a bit to get it out. Now, my favorite trait of Nargacuga when it's enraged is the glowing red eyes. As it jumps around during the hunt, its eyes leave a little light trail. Nothing says danger in the night like 2 beady little red lights in the distance. So, Nargacuga has other flavors, of course. First off is the green Nargacuga, which is green for camouflage purposes. And it's filled with anger and bloodlust, so that's neat. Then we have the lucent Nargacuga, which is covered in white fur and metallic blue scales, which are highly poisonous. And it can turn invisible. And I mean true invisibility, not some pussy-ass Halo 3 invisibility where you can kind of see the outline if you turn your head and squint hard enough. I mean, like there's nothing there. Have fun sleeping tonight. Finally, in Monster Hunter Generations, we got the deviant Silverwind Nargacuga, or the wind-cutting white shadow. It's bigger, faster, and meaner than usual. But this motherfucker watched way too much Inuyasha and said, "Fuck it, I can do wind scars too." So with each swipe of its tail, it sends out a powerful gust of air that slashes through targets, leaving them bleeding. God help me when I have to hunt this one. Moving on. Nargacuga is fast, aggressive, and agile. Spacing is the name of the game here. You see, Nargacuga likes to unleash a flurry of attacks, then hop back out of your range. Swiping at you with his claws and arm blades, biting at you with his beak, and the legendary 360 tail swipe. Now here comes the butt. Nargacuga's butt to be specific. You gotta keep an eye on it. If the tail is in the air shaking around, that means scales are inbound, so dodge. If it jumps up, watch the tail. Nargacuga will whip that sumbitch around and bring it down on your head. Word of advice? Dodge. The range of his tail is deceptive. If you think you're in a safe range, you're not. Its tail actually stretches, meaning Nargacuga is a grower, not a shower.
Good night, everybody.
So, TLDR? Dodge! Nargacuga is weak to thunder and fire element.
As some of you know, I'm not a huge fan of fire, okay? So why don't we talk this out? I'll go first. Carl, obviously I owe you an apology. I ate your daughter's face. Uncool, Carl. with the fire.
When it comes to breakable parts, you can break his face, and when you do, you take one of his eyes, giving it that anime edgelord look. You can also chip both sets of its arm blades, and you can break its tail. However, if Nargacuga is angry, like glowing red eyes filled with hate and murderous intent, enraged angry, then you can actually sever the tail. In conclusion, Nargacuga is a fan favorite monster, and it's one of mine as well. It's one of the most unique looking monsters with a beautiful mishmash of different real world animals. It's graceful and deadly. The weapons are gorgeous, and the armor, man, don't get me started on the badass ninja armor. Do you like sexy ninjas? I like sexy ninjas. The first time I ever hunted this beautiful creature was in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on my DS. And as soon as I saw those blood red eyes, I fell in love. So I can say that if your first time encountering this bad boy is an Iceborne, get ready for one hell of a hunt.
I'm always ready for a war. Go down that road again. It's all the same. I'm always ready to take a life again. You know I'll ride again. It's all the same. Tell me who's gonna save me from myself when this life is all I know. Tell me who's gonna save me from this hell. Without you, I'm all alone. Who gon' pray for me? Take my pain for me. Save my soul for me. 'Cause I'm alone, you see. If I'm gonna die for you, if I'm gonna kill for you, then I spill this life for you. I fight the world, I fight you, I fight myself. I fight God, just tell me how many blood is left. I fight pain and hurricane to get wept. I'm trying to fight back tears, blood on my doorsteps. Life for living hell, what else the blood on the street? Shooters on the murder building, government aided relief. Earthquake, the body drop, the crowd breaks. The poor run with full lungs and Scarface. Who need a hero? You need a hero, look in the mirror. Look for a hero, we're the front lines and ground zero. All I goes give me, even when I die, trust the hero. Mass destruction, mass corruption, souls are suffering men. Clutching on your fears again, pressure is coming. It's all prophecy. If I gotta be sacrificed for the greater good, then that's what it's gotta be. Take my pain for me, save my soul for me. 'Cause I'm alone, you see. If I'm gonna die for you, if I'm gonna kill for you, then I spill this life for you. Then I spill this life for you. Take my pain for me, save my soul for me. 'Cause I'm alone, you see. Fuck, I'll die for you. Fuck, I'll kill for you. Then I spill this blood for you. Just in case my faith goes. I did what I owe. I did what I owe. I did what I owe. Just in case my faith goes. I did what I owe. I did what I owe. I did what I owe.
Alright, the big bad bat is off the list and we're moving on to bigger and bluer things. Tell me down in the comments below, do you love Nargacuga? Are you excited to hunt him in the new world? Talk to me. Don't forget to smack that subscribe button and click the little bell so you know when my new videos come out. I'm Fasa, the Silver Chimera, and I will see you soon on the next breakdown. Oh, and bring something to swim in.